Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with Erato, which is EMI, which is Warner, whatever they're calling themselves this week, their Bizet edition. It's a somewhat bizarre Bizet edition, as we will see. But let's take it apart and see what's in it. It has 16 CDs, including 2 discs, well, 3 discs actually, 14 through 16, of historical recordings from 1903 to 1943. So that's interesting. It's always, some of the historical stuff is more interesting than the not historical stuff. So what do you get? Well, you open the box and you get a booklet. And the booklet has some notes, but no track listings or anything like that. It's a very flimsy and cheap booky thing. You have a picture of presumably Carmen. There she is. There she is. And, okay. We begin with The Pearl Fishers. The Pearl Fishers with Barbara Hendricks, John Aller, Michel Plasson. It's a good performance of The Pearl Fishers. It's fun to listen to. It's a pretty opera. Doesn't ever get performed, actually, but it's lovely stuff. And this is the 1863 original version with orchestration restored by Arthur Hammond at the conclusion. Everything Bizet wrote except for Carmen, well, including Carmen, it was sort of a mess editorially. So you get the Pearl Fishers. There it is. Well, voila. Then we get Ivan IV, which is incomplete, as you know. What Bizet wrote of it. It's an opera in 4 acts, which he never quite finished. And these are excerpts with Janine Michaud, Henri Leguet, Michel Roux, and Georges Tsipin. Oh, this is the old one from 1957 in mono. Yeah. All right, well, that's fun. So there you go. And then we've got, oh, look, The Pearl Fishers again. This is the older recording with June Anderson and Alfredo Kraus. And Georges Pretre conducting. Let's see, does it say anything about... I'm sorry, it wasn't the Pearl Fishers. This is the Jolie Fille de Perth. What am I saying? That's what it is. So it's the original version revised by David Lloyd-Jones in the conclusion, although he's not conducting. He started conducting later, I gather. So that's Pretre and the Nouvelle Orchestra Philharmonique. June Anderson, Alfredo Kraus, Gino Quilico, Jose Van Dam, Margarita Zimmerman, Gabrielle Bacquier. It's really a fabulous cast. And it's another fun opera, let's face it. It really is. It's as fun as the Pearl Fishers. That's why I keep getting them confused. They all sound the same. No, they don't actually. The Jolie Fille de Perth is Walter Scott. So it's a totally different thing. Then, well, here we go. Carmen. Carmen, this is the Simon Rattle version with Magdalena Kozhina, Eunice Kaufmann, and people like that. And Michaela is Eugenia Kuhmeyer. She's very good. She's probably the best thing in here. And Escamillo is Kostas Smoriginas, who's not very good. Kozhina is not Carmen. She really isn't. She's pretty voice, but she just doesn't have the guts and gusto to do Carmen. I think Kaufmann is okay as Don Jose. Simon Rattle conducts a very pretty performance. It's beautifully played by the Berlin Philharmonic. It also has some, moments. Simon Rattle, he finds a moment and he nails the moment. And then everything sort of hangs fire until you get to the next moment. It's not one of the great Carmens. You can see Bob Levine's review at ClassicsToday.com, which I think tells you all that you need to know about it. I wish it had been better. So we do get the Maria Callas Carmen. Now that's something. That's really special. Callas is amazing as Carmen. This was late in her career. Her voice was on its way out. What was it, 1964? This is also Georges Pretre conducting, by the way. Yeah, it was 64. But, the role is not high in its tessitura, so she wasn't straining. And boy, does she nail the role. Whoo, boy. And the rest of the cast is really good. Nikolai Gedda, André Guillot as Michaela, and, Gedda is Don Jose, and Escamillo is Robert Massard. It's really first-rate cast. Terrific. It's in stereo. All right. So we have one really good Carmen here. The thing is this. Now, here's the deal. EMI, Warner, whatever they are, Erato, they have a bunch more Carmens. First of all, Erato has the movie, remember, with Julia McGinnis Johnson, wasn't it? And Placido Domingo and Lauren Mazel. But even if you didn't use that one, they've got Grace Bumbry with Rafael Frubeck de Burgos, which has some really good singing in it. Some of it's very good. And they have Beecham de Los Angeles, for heaven's sakes. You know, I mean, people have argued that de Los Angeles is not Carmen either. I mean, she's a little sanitary for Carmen, but she still has the style and she knows, you know, what she's doing. She's familiar with the language. It's Beecham is Beecham. So why on earth didn't they stick that one in there? Oh, they wanted a modern one. And so they threw in Simon Rattle. Is anyone going to buy this for a Simon Rattle, Magdalena Kozina Carmen? I can't imagine. But at least you've got Callas. So that's the weirdness. Then we've got the Symphony in C, the Overture in A major, the Funeral March, and the Suite from La Jolie Fille de Perte with, who's doing these things? John Elliott Gardner's doing the symphony. It's not a bad performance. It's nothing special, but it's crisp and clean. Michel Plasson is doing the Overture and the Funeral March. And Daniel Barenboim with the Orchestre de Paris, wow, is doing La Jolie Fille de Perte Suite. And it's fine. I mean, it's okay. And then we have Roma, Orchestral Suite number 3. Well, that's nice to have. That's really great. That's with the Orchestre de Paris and Paavo Järvi. It's nicely done. Jeu d'Enfant with Michel Plasson. And then Patrie, the dramatic overture with Ozawa. That's fun. And Les Quatre Coins, which is number 8 of Jeu d'Enfant, wasn't included in the published score. So that's all here. That's good. Then more orchestral music. The L'Arlésienne incidental music, then the L'Arlésienne orchestral suites, and the Carmen orchestral suites, but not all of them. Don't ask me why. So the L'Arlésienne stuff is the original incidental music is Gardner with the Lyon Opera, and the rest is Ozawa with Orchestre National de France. I don't understand why they didn't do more Carmen orchestral suite stuff. That's weird. Definitely weird. But then we have piano four hands. There is no solo piano music here. And that's a pity because Bizet wrote a couple wonderful solo piano works. There's Les Chants du Rhin, you know, the Songs of the Rhine, that thing, and the chromatic variations and some other goodies. I mean, some lovely things. None of that's here. But you do get Jeu d'Enfant in the original piano four-hand version, and then a bunch of songs, and you get choral music, Clovis et Clotilde, his cantata, and the Jeu d'Enfant Galop bonus. And it's all done by, oh God, millions of people. If you think that I'm going to worry about who's doing it, forget it. They're good performances. They're fine. And then we have Sarasate. Oh, look at this. Arrangements and historical recordings. So we've got Sarasate doing the Carmen Fantasy, Waxman doing the Carmen Fantasy. Well, that's fun. And then arrangements of all kinds of things by various people that, you know, you're not going to have to worry about. Historical recordings, bits of Carmen and the Pearl Fishers, and oh, you get I Pescatore di Perle in Italian yet. Wow, baby. And these are all recorded in like the dawn of time. This one has Carmen Orchestral Potpourri with the Royal Opera Orchestra under John Barbaroli. Well, that's fun. The L'Arlésienne Orchestral Suite number 2 with piano accompaniment, the Intermezzo and the Minuet with Marcel Moise, whatever his last name is. That's major. L'Arlésienne incidental music, and the Symphony in C. So those are done by, Leon Goossens is the oboist in the Symphony in C, and it's the London Phil under Walter Geur. And the L'Arlésienne is the Orchestre Symphonique de Paris under Pierre Chagnon. And last but not least, this historical thing, Carmen Orchestral Suite number 1, Patrie, the dramatic overture, La Jolie Fille de Perte Orchestral Suite, Jeu d'Enfant, let's see, orchestrated by Pierre Kopkoff, some of it anyway. It's got like more than what you usually get. And Roma. And here we have, oh my goodness, we have the orchestra and the Orchestre des Concerts Pas de Loup. It's an unnamed orchestra under Engelbrecht. The London Phil with Beecham. the London Fille with Dorati, and the Liverpool Fille with Constant Lambert conducting Roma. One movement from it, the Carnival in Rome. That is the Bizet edition. It's strange. I don't know. I mean, they're mostly very good performances, but the absence of solo piano music, they should, when they do an edition like this. I mean, this is just me here. They should put their best foot forward, not their most convenient foot forward. But well, we know by now what we're going to get, don't we? They've done some wonderful composer boxes. This is neither a complete edition, nor is it necessarily, aside from the Callas Carmen, which is sui generis, and the other operas, La Jolie Fille de Perrette and the Pearl Fishers, which are excellent. Those are all worth having. So for that, it's good. The rest of the stuff is kind of a hodgepodge, don't you think? Wouldn't you agree? But it's a box. It's a box of Bizet, and if you're looking for a box of Bizet, you could do worse, for sure. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.